a beautiful new one tile city. This is a brand new series where we're going to be creating a city one tile at a time. We're going to be trying our best to max out the density. Obviously, we're not going to be going overly crazy with it. We still want it to have some sort of infrastructure, and we don't want to just like put a bunch of high density and hope that it all comes in. We want it to look like a real place, but you know, create a dense city from the ground up. And that is what we are doing, guys. I think this looks really good and I like it. But guys, let's get into the meat and the potatoes. Today's gonna be a super fun one because we're starting a brand new series based on the one tile city challenge. I don't know why, but that's a tongue twister for me. Yes, this is gonna be super fun. Basically, what the challenge or the series, I guess, because it's not really it would be like maybe like a challenge series technically, but it doesn't really matter. What this is basically is each episode we are going to be buying one tile and then filling that tile in until we have a insanely dense city. And for that, I have named the city DENSEN because one, DENSEN, I mean, it's a dense city, but also DENSEN doesn't sound, I don't know, it sounds like it could be a place, right? I don't know, maybe I'm making that up maybe I'm coping a little bit too much. But yes, so this is gonna be fun. We didn't just create another episode after the one tile city challenge for a couple reasons. One of the reasons is we have one connection in and out of here, and if we're just doing one tile at a time, that means that this highway is going to be our our only way to get into the city, unless we could create like a harbor, but other than that, like this is it. People are literally just coming on this highway, which means that we really have to consider our traffic from the get-go. That needs to be like kind of a top priority for us, and I don't think our road infrastructure is really bad. We also don't need to rush to what we were at, which was small city. This was we just didn't need to do that. We do kind of need to rush to tiny town though, and that is just that we get mixed housing. I think mixed housing is going to be kind of key in this city. So while I am just talking, I'm going to get us there. So how we're going to do that is we're just going to be placing small coal power plants everywhere around here. Perfect. And we made it to tiny town. So now we have mixed housing. I know I said I was going to talk while I was doing that, but I don't know, man. Doing two things at once, dude, it's hard sometimes. Yes, so we have the one connection. Our city infrastructure in the one tile city challenge just wasn't really it. So I think that like starting anew is gonna be honestly just a lot better for that. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it up in the top right of the screen. And it will just kind of like go through the challenge, basically what it is. It was super fun. It was a lot of fun. One thing in the challenge that we did was we were trying to get to as high of a population as possible in an hour. This episode, obviously, we're not going to be doing that. I'm not too worried about getting a population as high as possible. That's going to happen naturally, especially with using a lot of our medium density and our mixed use housing. I think that I just think it's going to come naturally. So we need to place down a lot of city services today. I am just going to start with our main roads. So if we think about where we want these main roads to be, let's come into our map tiles and see where we're gonna go from here, right? Obviously, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to unlock this in the next episode. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to unlock this. We're kind of either gonna go here, or else we're not gonna be connected to anything unless we do here, but that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. We could do that in the third episode, but that's besides the point. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go here in the next episode. And the reason for that is this is our only road in and out of the city, which means that it's going to get clogged and congested really fast. So we shouldn't focus this as our like main road through the city, if that makes sense. This is like an arterial, right? Or a highway. This is going to be bringing people in. It should connect up to our collector, and our collector is what like drives the growth of the city, or like connects up with all the local roads, right? So we will have a highway eventually. We will connect this up and kind of come around, but for now, or even go down here, I mean, who knows where this series is going to go. I literally have no idea. I have not. It's gonna be cool. It's definitely gonna be cool. It's gonna be difficult. I mean, putting in an airport in a single tile, like it's gonna be a challenge. that's for sure. But it's gonna be a lot of fun. So, like I was saying, we're gonna place down some of our roads, and knowing that we're gonna come north or whatever, I wish there was a north and south, east and west. I think that would just be kind of easy. Knowing that we're gonna go this way, and we're gonna call this north. We know that we want our collector to kind of run upwards right up here. So, in the interest of being as careful with our zoning as possible, we placed Birdsong Street, which is such an odd name for a street, down as close to the edge as we can get it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come into our medium roads right here, and we're literally gonna go right in the middle, and we're gonna send this down all the way, I mean, basically as far down as we can. Perfect. So we do need to unlock a few things. If we look at our electricity, our wind turbine is probably what we're gonna use, else it would be a coal power plant, which produces a lot of pollution, and we just don't have a lot of space to deal with that pollution right now. We are also not going to be able to place a sewage outlet because our river or our sea literally, we are not connecting to harbors anytime soon. That, or ever, probably, actually. That sucks. So we have one way to get into the city, in and out, literally forever until we connect back up, which should take a long time. But yeah, we're not gonna be placing our sewage outlet just because our sea or ocean or whatever this is, lake, comes into our city, which means that if we have a water pumping station, it's literally gonna be pumping in the poop. So we need to unlock our wastewater treatment plant. So let's do that right now. Let's come into our wastewater treatment plant. Perfect. Awesome. I also know that we are going to have to unlock highways. So we're going to come into our advanced service, our road services, unlock this and unlock highways. Perfect. And we're going to also unlock roundabouts as well. The reason why we're unlocking highways is because, again, like I said, I want this road to come and meet up with Strawberry Street. And then we need a roundabout because these small roundabouts are honestly just really small for what we're dealing with. So we're going to take out this roundabout. Amazing. We're going to grab our highway. Perfect. We're going to grab this highway and we're going to send this straight to right here. Perfect. Take this out. Amazing. And then let's come into our roundabouts and place down. We'll probably do, I like this medium roundabout. This large roundabout's very large. We'll do a medium roundabout for now. I like that. I think that that looks good. I think it makes a lot of sense. Perfect. So now let's do our city services really quickly. We need to do electricity and we need to do water and sewage. So like I said, our wastewater treatment plant is probably going to come up over here. Maybe it'll run along the highway right here. I don't know if it'll fit. Let's try it. I'm going to bring this as far back as possible. So we'll place it here. And now let's see if we can get a road. Oh, we can. I love that. Cool, cool, cool. That is really nice. Awesome, cool. Yeah, so we will bring this road probably up to like here. We will place our water pumping station as well. So our water pumping station will place this right here. So it's sucking up all the water. And then we need to do electricity over here. So like I said, we're probably gonna do a wind turbine and we'll have it on this side. So it gets the most amount of wind right here, 4.99. Can't quite make it to that 5, but that's okay. And then we'll take this road and we'll come in right here. Perfect. Awesome. This is kind of a silly little area right here, but for now we're gonna leave it, I think. Now we're gonna leave it. So we have the bare bones of our city done. Now let's do our grid. So what I think we're gonna do is probably keep it pretty tight. I would like to do, I'm thinking like right here. Yeah, well, maybe we'll do like an 80 and a 120, just because we're gonna have a lot of high density in here. I feel like, I don't know, maybe, I just feel like it makes sense. Perfect, and we'll continue this up on the other side as well. Cool, so what I wanna do for our zoning right away, I'm gonna press play, and now our zoning meter should start to go up. What I would like to do in this area, I mean, we're gonna be very dense. We're not gonna be using any of our low density pretty much at all in this. So it's gonna be a lot of our mixed housing and then our medium density housing. So I think what we'll do, honestly, is we'll probably just do all of these guys. All of these are gonna be mixed use zoning. Maybe we'll do some medium density in certain targeted areas in this area, and then as we kind of like expand outwards, we'll do like little pockets of, we'll do larger medium density and then little pockets of mixed use zoning. I think I think that'll make sense and look kind of cool. We do have a lot of city services to place as well. So we have a medical clinic. We are not going to place garbage today because this A lot of pollution. Place a school, because that's the most important building in the game. We need to do a firehouse. We need to do a police station. We're probably not going to do buses today, just a heads up. We're maybe some parks, and then our telecommunications. That's not a huge priority to me, if I'm being completely honest with you, but it is something that we should keep in mind. So I'm thinking I would love our medical clinic to be very, very, very close. So I think what we're going to do is actually, we're not going to do this. But I think what we'll do is we'll put our medical clinic right on this side, right here. I like the way that that looks. I think that that's cool. We can even add a path over here, knowing, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that later. We also need to place our medical clinic. We will need death care. So let's actually see if we can unlock, the crematorium's only one. That's awesome. I love that. I'm trying to get it in here. It would fit perfectly, which is quite nice. We also need fire and rescue. I think we'll put our fire over here. Yeah, I like that. And then we need a police station as well. So I'm thinking about putting our police station right on the other side, right here, right across from our medical clinic. I think that that makes a little bit of sense. And now we need a school as well. So for the school, if we're going north on Strawberry Street, I think our school should be closer to this tile. So let's place our school right here. Perfect. And then let's look. So I believe the school is 80. It is. It's perfect. It literally fits right inside our grid if we want it to, which is nice. But the school does have some upgrades as well. It has the children's clinic, which comes out to here. And it also has the playground, which is here. I don't know how large the children's clinic is. I'm just doing this as an example. So 80. So it'd be about here. This is our second zone. And that's actually not that bad, to be honest with you. So, I didn't honestly mean to do that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place our school in right here. Fantastic. We will not do this road right now. We're gonna upgrade this with our playground. So we'll put our playground right here, and then we'll continue on with our zoning. So we know that this is going to be 80. Perfect. We'll bring this out. And then what I think we'll do, maybe we will just add the children's clinic. Why not? Yeah, I think that that's fine. And then we'll have our roads come down like this. And this might look a little silly, but I mean, I don't really care. I kind of like it, if I'm being honest with you. I like that it's a little bit different and it looks a little weird, you know? Sometimes that just happens. That's all there is to it. Let's continue on with our roads. So what we're going to do is these roads I'm going to send out. The farthest we can go is 72. 80 is a little bit too far. So I'm going to send these out to here. And this is where we're going to put our industrial zone. We don't really have space for one, obviously, but it is important to have one. So I think putting one in right in here is going to make a lot of sense, which also means that this path is going to be, I think, kind of vital, just in case, you know, people live, I don't know, anywhere else, I guess, like over here. Even maybe we'll do like a little area right here. We won't go as far. That's as far as we'll go, and we honestly may end up taking out some of those buildings in the future anyway, but I think having that, it just kind of makes a little bit of sense to me. Like I said, we're seeing a high density, or sorry, a high demand for low density. We're not going to be listening to that, just because if we did, I don't think in the current stage that we're in this series, I think just gridding out low density doesn't really make a whole ton of sense. So we're not gonna listen to our low density unless, of course, the city starts to break down eventually and we need low densities to survive. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're there yet. Okay, so we are also seeing a high density residential, which is our low rent housing. And I think that honestly is totally reasonable. So what I think we'll do is I would love to add it around the school. I feel like that might be a wee bit ridiculous, if I'm being honest with you, just because it's an elementary school. However, our high school might make a little bit more sense. So we're going to take out these streets right here, and we're going to place our high school down right here. Perfect. And then I'm wondering how ridiculous it would look if we had some low rent housing. I'm going to place this down and see how it looks beside the high school. If it looks dumb, we'll remove it and we'll do some like landscaping around. I think it's gonna look dumb. Actually, now that I say this out loud. Okay, maybe 1. I don't love it. I'm also not super impressed with all of these buildings coming in. I think it's because we just plopped down our zoning. So we are going to come back in here, de-zone all of this. And we are going to replace some of these. So I'm just gonna do little areas like this. Perfect, just like that. And we don't have a crazy demand, so I think it's okay. We're also gonna take this building out and we're gonna place another one somewhere else. I think what we'll do is maybe we'll place it up over here. So let's do, yeah, actually what we're gonna do is I think we're gonna place one right here on our main street. I actually don't love that. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna place one right over here. I think that makes a little bit more sense. We also need offices. So we're gonna place some manual offices over here as well. We're gonna place them up to here. We only have one building spawning in right now, but I would like them all to face Florence Street. Basically is kind of what I'm feeling. Now we're starting to see more of a demand for our medium density, which is perfect. So that means that we can continue on with what we were doing. I do wanna take out this. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Perfect. And then, like I said, we want to continue on, be about 4 deep. So let's do, like it to be a little bit different than the other side. We'll see what spawns in like that. Perfect. So I am going to run it a little bit faster. That way our demand kind of goes up until we get like a higher population and our demand is like really, really high. I feel like this is kind of how we'll have to run it for now. I'm actually going to mass zone this and kind of see what comes in. I like these kind of smaller buildings. This one looks like a very large one. I mean, this is a pretty large one too, to be honest with you. These are 4x4. This is going to be really large. So let's do this. I don't love the 4x4 buildings, if I'm being completely honest with you. They just look a little bit too big. So this is what we're gonna do. We'll have 2 2s beside each other, and then this should probably be a 3. So let's take this out. We'll let these 2 spawn in, and then we can place them in between. Yeah, I think that makes a little bit more sense, which actually means we're gonna despawn all of these guys. And just, yeah, I think this just needs to be a little bit more carefully placed, if that makes sense. And some of these will probably look very, very, very similar to each other. And, you know, that's, I think that's just the way that it's going to be for now. It's okay. Once they start to level up, hopefully there's a little bit of difference. I do like this low rent housing though. I think that I think it looks pretty cool. I would like to have a park beside it. So our landmarks are ridiculous. We're not going to use those, but I think we will place like some small playgrounds around here. So let's do this. Let's do a small playground. Let's do one right here. Perfect. And then I would like a small park as well. So I think maybe even like off of our main street. I think that could look kind of cool. So let's do one right here. Or actually, no, what we're going to do is we're going to move this. Let's do it right here. And you'll see why. I think we'll probably do a 4x4 right beside the park. I think that could look interesting. Now, I want to detail around here just a little bit. So I think we'll have a path come around here, like around our little area. Perfect, right like that. And then we'll just do a little bit of detailing around here. That way when we place some of our other like medium density areas, it doesn't look out of place. So we'll place one there, cool. And then maybe we'll do like actually I would rather this be a mixed use and then we can have a medium density on the other side. I don't know why, I don't. I just feel like that will look better for some reason. Cool, so while these are coming in, I'm gonna do a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of detailing over here. And we have these palm trees from the new update. This doesn't really seem like a palm tree area, so we're not gonna place them, even though I would love to. Yeah, I just feel like this isn't a palm tree area, unfortunately. So maybe we'll do some like lindens over here. I think that would be nice. Perfect. So it's a little dark right now. I'm having a hard time seeing it. So let's come into our environment and see if we can change the time of day. Cool, cool. Yeah. So we come over here. Look at that. Nice. We got a little space over here. We have a nice little area. Cool. I like that. Awesome. Okay, let's look at our downtown. It's looking cool. I like this. I think it makes a little bit of sense. Awesome. I will continue on with some zoning. So let's come into our mixed use housing and let's place some of these over here. Perfect. So we do have this 4x4 right here. I think we'll mirror it on the other side. Cool. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Cool. And I think on this other side, across from the park, we will have another low rent housing, and I would like it to be the exact same. So 3x4. Ooh, actually, this is our office area. Honestly, that's fine. Yeah, I think that that's fine. The only thing actually that I'm thinking is our ground pollution. So let's look, we're not creating any just quite yet. The wind is blowing it out. Perfect. We do have some noise pollution. I think that's okay. I'm hoping that this wastewater treatment plant doesn't pollute the water. I guess only time will tell. What I do want to do though, actually, I'm looking at this path. We're going to take out this path just really quickly. And what we're going to do is we're gonna have a crossing over here. Perfect. That way, if you're in this building right here, there's just another way, another area to cross. Basically, I think that makes a little bit of sense. We are seeing some office demand, so let's place some of these in. And I'm gonna let these be a little bit larger as well, and see how they look. Maybe we'll come back and we'll fix these up. Perfection. So let's do a little bit of detailing around these areas as well. So we do have our medical clinic over here. We also do need a mail, like a post office. So let's actually place one of these down. Will it fit? It will not fit. So why don't we place it on Pearl Street? Let's take out that and let's put down our mail right here. I think that makes a little bit of sense. It does mean that this highway can't grow at all, but we'll kind of cross that bridge when we get to it. We might have to move some things around in the future. This is obviously not going to be the series where we are the most realistic in the entire world. Not that any of my series are, but just to keep that in mind a little bit. Let's continue on and make Strawberry Street full. So we're gonna do some 4s over here. Perfect. And then we'll do a 3 and a 2 in between it. Cool. And let's honestly mirror it on the other side, doing opposites of our 3s. Perfect. We'll let those spawn in time. Cool, cool, cool. I just want to look at over here. That looks really nice. I like that. I do want to landscape over here. So let's come into our landscaping, and actually I'm noticing that we need internet. So let's do that. Let's do that first. This over here is kind of like our industrial area / our city services area. So I think it might make sense to kind of put our internet off of this. So let's actually put our internet right here. Amazing. And do we need to upgrade it? We honestly don't, which is nice. Do we need to upgrade our wind or our power? Let's come into here. We do. We definitely do. So let's upgrade this guy. Just giving it everything. And now it produces 10 megawatts. So it doubles basically, which is cool. And it has a battery. That's fun. All right, we got something going on over here. Waiting for a hearse. Did we place down our crematorium? We did not place down our crematorium, so that's why it is yelling at us. Let's see a good spot for it to go. I think actually putting it right here could make a lot of sense. And it's not snapping to the road that I want it to. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna place it right here. I think that makes sense. I just want to see. Yeah, that makes sense right here. Perfect. So these guys are going to be going out now. Awesome. So like I said, let's do a little bit of detailing, and then hopefully our demand will start going up a little bit higher as well. So I think what we'll do is maybe like some bushes around here. So we have our wild, we have our apple tree, and then we have our cultivated flower. Yeah, so I think we'll go down to 2s. Perfect. I like that. And then let's come into our lindens. All of these are really nice trees, to be honest with you. So let's do something a little bit different. Let's do this. We're gonna do these hickories at 15 apart from each other, and then maybe we'll do like some smaller lindens in between. Ooh, I like that. That looks really, really nice. Oh yeah, look at that. Cool, cool, cool. This path as well, we have to decorate this one. So we just use these flowers. Let's do these other ones. Actually, this works out well. Perfect. And then let's actually do some oak trees around here. Beautiful. I love oak trees. I just think they're super, super nice. And then let's do some apple trees by our schools. So we'll do something very similar to what we did before. We'll go down to 2 meters. And we'll have these kind of like round the school. Perfect. And then I would like some apple trees. So we'll come up to, let's do 20 seems good. Let's do 20. And what I think we'll do is we'll start about here. Perfect. And then we'll do opposites. We'll do the same thing over here. Perfect. And then we actually have to take these trees out. And we'll do opposites again. And we'll come down here. Cool, and we made it to level 6, so what did we get on there? Heavy traffic ban, advanced pollution management. Maybe we actually we enact this policy, to be completely honest with you. I think that might be a good idea. I don't know how. City policies. Industrial filters reduce air and ground pollution in industrial zones, but produce more garbage. Pre-release programs. Prisoners are enrolled in educational programs before they're released. This helps them integrate back in society. Is there a price for any of these? That's good. Yeah, and I think we're gonna do advanced pollution management as well. We don't have our own like dump or anything, but I think that would be nice. Cool. So let's fill out the rest of our little city. So I think we're gonna do some of these. Let's put some 2s over here. Perfect. All right, so we again don't have the demand for what we are demanding from our city, but I think that that's okay for the most part because we will, as we start to grow, we'll get more of that demand. But let's also decorate our what is this called? Our elementary school. My goodness. So I think what we'll do is we'll just make this look like a playground a little bit. So we'll place some oak trees around, and these will act as kind of like a privacy buffer. And if we think about this, like we almost have like 2 little playgrounds, right? Like I don't know about the school that you went to when you were young, but we had 2 playgrounds at my elementary school. One of them was for ages. Actually, these trees are not lined up and it's bothering me. We have the line tool. I don't know why I'm doing this. We had like ages, I think it was grade like kindergarten to grade 3 on one side. And then we had grade 4 to grade 6 on the other side. So that's kind of what I'm thinking right here. I'm like, no wonder this isn't working. Yeah, so we'll bring these out here. Perfect. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So this would probably be like, you know, the young kids over here. And then this would be like the older kids. That's kind of how I imagine it in my head. How the game, I don't know. It's a game. And then what I think we'll do is maybe just like nothing that actually makes any sense over here, you know, just like some trees in a direction. Cool. And we'll do the same thing over here. Cool. Awesome. I like that looking super, super nice. Maybe starting to see a little bit of our demand come up, which is nice. Cool. We don't need to place anything. We do need more industry, but I think that that's okay. So these guys don't have enough customers. Now we're starting to see a demand for medium density, which is good because I wanted to put some in anyway. So let's do that, shall we? Cool. So I also extended some of the roads as well. And this is just, that's the direction in which they go. So I think that it's just kind of nice to have them there. Now we're going to redraw in this road. Perfect, just so that it matches, because, you know, not that it matters literally at all. But yeah, we can come in and fix these roads up, but this, so that we make this, like the point of doing this series is we're making these as dense as possible. I like these buildings as well. These look nice. We probably honestly need like a nice large parking lot over here. So let's unlock that, shall we? Let's come into development. Let's come into parking areas. Perfect. I'm gonna take out this building really quickly. That didn't spawn in. And now let's think about some parking over here. We couldn't fit a large one. Obviously the extra large is ridiculously large. So is that one. But we could do some medium parking lots. These are about 5 deep, which is really not that bad. Let's place a medium parking lot right here. Cool. I like that. And then we can put some office on either side of this as well. And I don't think that will be used right now. Oh, it will. Cool. Awesome. It would be really nice to have some medium density office as well, because like a nice medium density office like right here, I think would just look super, super cool. Yeah, we kind of have to just let this play out. We aren't seeing any demand really, and I don't just want to place like a bunch of mixed use housing. So we're gonna let this run for a minute and hopefully get our demand back. All right, so we're looking pretty cool, to be honest with you. I am seeing an absolute ton of parking on the street, and I think that means that we should probably think about adding some more parking services. I think these small parking lots are kind of going to be where they're at. They're 5 deep, which sucks. Oh, that sucks. But these large parking lots, we could actually add these. And I think because we have some high density over here, I think actually adding a parking lot over here would be good. I'm going to add it on this side. On Cypress Street instead of Florence Street. I think that just is going to make a wee bit of more sense, which also means that we can add some like larger buildings over here. So let's do some 3x4s, and I'm gonna let this one fill in before I do the other one. But I think that's gonna look pretty cool. We're still waiting on this 4x4 to come in, and then let's see if we can sprinkle in some more parking lots anywhere else as well, anywhere that kind of like makes a little bit of sense. This might fit right here. I don't think these would come in. Yeah, so let's actually do this right here. Perfect. And we are like right on this highway, but I think that's okay. Cool. Anywhere else that makes sense are actually okay for parking. I am gonna place a parking lot over here, and that's just for these businesses, really. And I do want to look, how is our ground pollution doing? Ground pollution is okay. We're not seeing any ground pollution over here, which is really interesting. Air pollution is fine. How's our water pollution? Nothing yet. This actually doesn't produce water pollution. And I wonder if I can't talk. Ground pollution produces water pollution. That is going to be interesting. I'm not seeing it yet, which is a good sign. But yeah, we just need a little bit of demand. It would be great if we could add some more industrial. I don't think that's going to happen right now, which is a shame, and honestly makes me think about going up here being kind of rough in the next episode, because we won't have anywhere to put our industrial area. That's going to be tough, is doing our industry with the rest of our build. So, I mean, yeah, in some areas, maybe adding like a commercial spot might make sense. Let's add it in between here and see if it works the way we hope it will. I'm gonna let these build out and see what happens. Okay, I don't hate them. Actually, yeah, I kind of like them. These ones might look a little bit more silly, but these ones, I don't know. They look okay, to be honest with you. I know they're like right beside these large buildings, but yeah, I think that's okay. I think we'll do some more of these. This is growing out now, which is nice. Now we have no commercial demand, so hopefully that means that we'll have more of a medium density demand. These are all full of people, which is really cool. 24 households in each of these. Awesome. Yeah, so now we're starting to see a little bit more of a medium density demand, which is amazing. Awesome. Look at this came in. Cool. I like the 4x4, to be honest with you. These two 2x2s, I don't think I'm gonna like. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just had a feeling. But yeah, the 4x4 medium density, I actually quite like that building. I think it looks really, really cool. Awesome. So we'll let this come in. I do wanna see, yeah, I don't hate it, but I think we want to get rid of it as fast as possible. So let's do it, especially down here. Let's take these out. Perfect. Both of those are growing in, and then we'll leave the other ones in for now. I don't mind, this corner one looks better than like one sandwiched in between two buildings. So I think that on the corner we can go a little bit easier on it, but when it's sandwiched, I think that it would make more sense. Yeah, like this one's fine to me. This one looks a little bit less fine. And we got a signature building. That's fun. So this, I believe, if I remember correctly, yeah, this is a mixed use signature building. So this actually works out really well. This is a 4x4, which is awesome and sad because it could fit right here. It could also fit right here. And maybe that's what we do, to be honest with you. Or it could be on our main street. It could be on our main street and we could just take out one of these buildings. I think that's what we do. I think we place it right here and let's look at it. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think that looks pretty cool. Awesome. Yeah, we'll keep this and then we'll move these ones, these two, or move them. We'll update them into mixed use and then that one there. Perfect. I think that looks pretty cool, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, I like that. Let's continue on with some of our medium density. I want to see how big this is and if it looks semi-decent. It might. I think it will. We'll just bring this back here for now, and then we'll add like just a little bit of something, you know? All right, cool. I like that. Awesome. I would love to fill in all of these areas as well. Just trying to keep that in mind. I would love to fill in all these areas before the end of the episode. I know we're getting pretty long right now. I know we haven't technically filled in this area over here, but I'm kind of reserving this for like a mini city services campus. You know, we have our wastewater treatment plant. I don't know what else we put in here, but you know, just something to keep in mind. But I would love if we could fill in all of these. And actually, while we're waiting, I think what we're gonna do is each block is going to be its own district, or each tile is going to be its own district. And I feel like that is cool. All right, so this is called Oakbrook right now. Don't love that. If you have a good name, put it in the comments down below. For now, I'm going to name it, you know what? I'm not going to change the name because even though Oakbrook is awful, I literally can't think of a better name, which is kind of ridiculous, but you know, it is what it is. What we could do actually is we could place down a few city services. This is huge. And let's see if this will fit down here because that will also make this area a wee bit more dense, which would be nice. Don't know why the game is the way that it is sometimes, but it's fine. This is a very large building and it's actually not gonna fit, which is super unfortunate. What happens if we turn anarchy on and we place it right here? What happens to the highway? Not fantastic, but it also has a little bit of space on the other side. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna rotate it around. Let's turn off anarchy and see if we can make it fit. Okay, we definitely can't. So let's turn back on anarchy. Try to push it as much as possible. Let's put it here. How's that look? That actually does not look that bad. This comes out to about here, and on the highway, it actually looks like it fits. So I actually quite like that. We're gonna leave this road maintenance depot right here, and then maybe what we'll do is like we'll add a couple trees over here. Perfect. Just a little bit of trees over here, just to make it look a wee bit nicer as you're coming across. Not as disgusting, you know. But you know, we do have our roads that are looking pretty rough, you know. If you zoom in on this highway, it was looking awful. So we're kind of playing whack-a-mole over here. We don't have any demand, which is super unfortunate. Don't love that. But we're gonna place some buildings anyway. You know what we might do actually? I think in these areas, we're gonna do just some commercial all the way around here, and we'll change this as time goes on. basically I want these to be filled with something, and a little bit of commercial is better than nothing, you know? We have the demand, or we had the demand for commercial, and I think it's gonna look much better than how it looks right now. We're also gonna add a tiny bit of landscaping over here as well. Perfect. So we just have this little plaza over here, but then some hickories on the outside of it. Look at this guy. Nice, dude. Sick squats, bro. Is he going all the way down? Ooh. That's close, dude. I feel like, ooh, I mean, that's pretty safe. Oh, I feel like you could go lower than that, just slightly. And I don't want you to hurt your knees or anything, buddy, but you know, I feel like you could go a wee bit lower. That's fine. We're gonna let these build out. This collapsed, which sucks. We're gonna let these build out and then come back and see how the city looks. All right, so I just added a few more trees just along this highway area. These are baby versions. Oh, these are birch and these are hickory. Okay, so we'll change these into birch later. But yeah, I just added a little bit more trees over here. I wanted to do a little bit of landscaping. But guys, this is the beginning of our brand new one tile city. I am loving the way that this is looking. I actually think this looks really, really cool. It's very different and not as dense maybe as the one tile city challenge. We only got to 2,000 population, and last time I think it was like 3,400 or something. And we do have a lot of commercial just on the outskirts that we will definitely get rid of. But guys, I think this looks pretty cool, if we're being honest with you. We didn't put like, you know, a road in here and, you know, be like, oh, let's make it as dense as possible. But I like where we are beginning. I think it looks, I honestly think this looks like one of the more realistic, other than the fact that it's literally just a square. If you look in here, I feel like this is one of the more realistic builds that I've ever done, which is kind of exciting and funny because I was not trying to be realistic. It just looks like a real place, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'm making that up. I like the fact that because it's a little bit slower and we're only doing one tile, we got to spend a little bit more time landscaping and it looks much nicer. Yeah, I am digging it. Let me know if you have a name for Oak Brook. If not, it's gonna stay as Oak Brook. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, like the video. If you love the video and you're not subscribed, what are you doing, man? Subscribe down below. Let me know in the comment section where you think we should extend next. Should we go over to the right and then we'll be able to extend our industrial area? Should we go north and put an industrial area anyway? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear it. And let me know what you think of the series if you enjoyed it. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out.